Welcome to my office. Hi. Here is the FAQ session. I try to answer some of the most frequently asked questions on Synecoculture. Here we go. What is the difference between Synecoculture and permaculture? Well, I'm not a specialist of permaculture, so my answer is my best guess. There are both similarity and difference in the philosophy and concrete implementation. The integral answer is in this review article, so I invite you to read it, but the key points are the following. There's a scientific definition of Synecoculture based on the Syneecology, or community ecology in modern name, based on the multifunctionality of ecosystems. It is based on the scientific synthesis more than the simple collection of know-how and human experiences. Of course, human experiences are integrated in Synecoculture, but the very core is based on science. Please look at the integrated model of physiological and ecological optima in this article to understand the theoretical foundation of Synecoculture. Concrete difference in Synecoculture is the scale of agrobiodiversity that are more enhanced than other permaculture or natural agriculture methods. Synecoculture aims to exceed the natural state of biodiversity to enhance ecosystem functions beyond natural organization. This is necessary to recover the material loss, such as minerals, by continuous harvest without inputs which are not imposed to natural ecosystems. Material cycles in Synecoculture is based on the big circulation between the land and the sea, and try to promote natural cycles that have established land ecosystems through the course of evolution. It is not based on the in-farm cycle or regional recycling. This is because Synecoculture is different from organic farming method that usually put organic materials into soil with tillage. Synecoculture is a no-till, no-fertilizer practice and does not allow the use of organic fertilizer. It is to protect the soil structure and same water cycle between land and marine ecosystems, and also to grow plants in a condition equivalent to wild plants, which makes the difference in food components and eventual health effect. In Synecoculture, we promote the diet we used to get as hunter-gatherer before the invention of agriculture, such as wild meat, fruits, and nuts. Because hunting-gathering life is much longer than agrarian life in the evolution of modern Homo sapiens, and our genetic and metabolic plan are still better adapted to the diet of hunter-gatherer. We are starting Synecoculture with market gardening products because it is important to rebuild the environment by changing the consumption of agriculture, and it is currently the most accessible way to activate local economy for smallholders. Finally, from the experiment in Burkina Faso, we observed that only Synecoculture could restore vegetation on the barren land compared to other 5 methods, including permaculture. And since this experiment was not funded, I believe there is no investment bias. Please look at the proceedings of the African Forum on Synecoculture for more detail. The next one is why Sony is investing on Synecoculture. And sometimes it goes to a more hilarious question, could this be like another GMO company? Well, I understand people are curious about big company strategies. First of all, Sony CSL is a bit different. Our lab was founded to make positive contributions to the world we live in. We are a small laboratory, independent from Sony, and the Sony headquarters does not necessarily require us to make direct contribution in terms of profit. Sony is rather a far-sighted investor, taking serious consideration on sustainability as a part of corporate social responsibilities, and I guess that is why we conduct the Synecoculture project in this lab. As for GMO, Synecoculture is non-GMO. It is not because I'm against GMO. I am a scientist and I understand exactly what GMO means. There's no hysteria. I do not use GMO because it is not sufficient nor necessary to achieve the biodiversity we need in Synecoculture. GMO only modify about 10 genes to produce a monoculture variety. While in natural ecosystem, how many genes are acting to maintain the water cycle that are purified by soil covered with vegetation? Surely astronomical number of genes of plants, animals, and microorganisms are contributing to this process, and GMO is not sufficient at all, neither needed to establish this cycle. So no GMO in Synecoculture because it is not sufficient nor necessary. One exception may be the space agriculture, like the terraformation of Mars. In this case, I propose to create millions of genetically modified microorganisms and send to Mars. We could see the development of unique ecosystems on other planets using GMO as the first seeds, but this is just another story. Last but not least, how can I participate to Synecoculture? Welcome and thanks for your interest. Synecoculture is an open source initiative, so anyone who has a piece of land open to external environment can participate. We have the manual of Synecoculture written in Japanese, French, and English, and you can get it online. We also have SNS communities on Synecoculture, and you can create with your own language as well. Just tell me. I'm also planning to provide ICT support for the citizen science of Synecoculture with mega diversity management systems. Please check these websites, and I appreciate your contribution. So thanks for watching. Now is the time to act together. Goodbye, and see you again.